I don't know how comfortable it is for you. It's perfectly comfortable for me. Very happy to have a former Prime Minister on my panel. She, I think, agrees with the vision that PopCons have. She's not the leader of it. I'm the director of it. I think that the lessons we can draw from her very short time in office are important lessons for Conservatives who want to change Britain, want to see taxes come down.
There is a new Conservative group in town, a grassroots movement called Popular Conservatism, otherwise known as PopCon. The former Prime Minister Liz Truss is the group's lead singer, and she'll be trying out some new lyrics at a launch event today. But already the band is having some creative differences. The MP Ranil Jayawardena, who used to be a key Truss supporter, has decided to play for Rishi Sunak's big band instead. Let's speak to Mark Littlewood. He is PopCon's director and he's on the line now. Good morning to you, Mark.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
You're very welcome. What happened to Ranil Jayawardena? He was going to speak. He was the Environment Secretary under Liz Truss, but he said, I won't be here. I won't be there at PopCon. I'll keep making the positive case for growth from the common ground of British politics. So what changed his mind?
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Ranil. Would have loved to have had him there. We were also initially going to have, of course, Simon Clarke, former Levelling Up Secretary. But then he decided to do a sort of lone wolf operation to call for Rishi Sunak to resign. We didn't really want that to be part of the story of our launch. We're about ideas, not about personnel. Delighted that also part of Ranil's tweet that you didn't mention is he refers to the need to roll back the bureaucracy to allow growth and freedom to flourish. And that will be the main focus of our efforts today. So there's quite a febrile atmosphere, I guess, amongst Conservatives at the moment. I'm a big fan of Ranil's, and I hope he comes along to some of our events in future.
But okay, so the initial part of that tweet then is still important because he's saying, I'm going to keep making the positive case for growth from the common ground of British politics, which would presume that that's not what you are, because he's seeking to differentiate the two.
I don't know about that. I mean, I don't tend to read too much nuance into people's tweets of 140 words. I think there's been a bit too much common ground in politics, perhaps, over the last 15 or 20 years. There are exceptions, such as Brexit, which was hugely divisive, but not a party political issue. And a concern for this new group, Popular Conservatism or PopCon, is that there's been too much of a consensus, really, about how Britain is structured, about its bureaucracy, about its institutions. Essentially, the Conservatives, over the last 14 years of being in office, have accepted almost without question the Blairite settlement. And our assertion would be that this sort of network of growingly influential quangos and state bodies mitigates against the sort of thing that all Conservatives are agreed that they want and that they aspire to: lower taxes, more efficient government spending and the like. So I think that unusually for Conservatives, who usually say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, there is an awful lot broken in Britain and it requires an awful lot of fixing. So Conservatives, to be popular again, I think are going to have to come up with a recipe for overhauling Britain's present stifling bureaucratic, political and governmental machine.
Okay, now I understand you want to talk about policy as well. We do need to speak about personalities too, because what does Liz Truss, who's involved, know about being popular?
Yeah, I mean, books will no doubt be written about her. Well, some have already, and I'm sure PhD theses will be written about her 49 days in office and what went wrong. And there could be a lot of criticism for her for trying to go too hard, too fast, not bringing her party with her and all of the rest. But again, I think one of the lessons that one takes away was that she was engaged. In fact, I would suggest that most Conservative prime ministers, most of the time over the past 14 years, have been engaged in an exercise in pushing water uphill. So that does not absolve Liz Truss of blame. She clearly made some mistakes. But I think that the lessons you draw from that shouldn't be that it's always and forever impossible to cut regulation or lower taxes.
But Mark Littlewood, I'm not sure that she accepts really that she's made many mistakes, and you know, you're platforming her, so I don't know how comfortable that is for everyone.
Well, I don't know how comfortable it is for you. It's perfectly comfortable for me. Very happy to have a former prime minister on my panel. She, I think, agrees with the vision that PopCons have. She's not the leader of it. I'm the director of it. I think that the lessons we can draw from her very short time in office are important lessons for Conservatives who want to change Britain, want to see taxes come down. We're seeing already the Chancellor of the Exchequer keeps sort of signalling, shows a bit of ankle that he might cut taxes in a pre-election budget, but is then permanently hemmed in by whatever the present prognostications of the OBR are. So I'm very glad she's speaking. But we're not about the popularity or unpopularity of individuals. We genuinely are about the ideas and want to influence those into what might go into party manifestos at the next election.